Hi everybody, it is Lygia in October here on the YouTube's Art for Lygia on Instagram and Lygia Mancia on Facebook if we are connected and friends through there. And I really appreciate if you do follow me on Art for Lygia. That's very kind of you. So I'm here. It's been a minute since I posted anything, and I'm not going to be doing much tonight because I've worked on what I'm about to show you already. And again, it is for the makers of mixed media art and artists on Facebook, and this is for May Swap with the theme of flowers. So here's what I'm sending my swap partner. She doesn't know yet, so you guys are getting a preview. But I had made a whole bunch of little flowers, and instead of having them loose, I decided to stick them into a little booklet. But they are not permanently stuck. They are adhered with repositionable adhesive, and I got this from Eileen on Amazon. It's Eileen's, whatever. But in any case, I took this card that I got through the mail. It was a set of 4 from an organization that was asking for donations, right, to helping the environment. And I thought it was pretty cool what they included here. I'm going to show you. So I don't know how legit this organization is, Environmental Defense Fund. I was about to send in my check to support, but I think I'm going to do a little research before I go ahead and do that. So they sent me, right, some cards and, some little inserts or whatever that might be useful. I think they should be. So I used one of these cards that came in the mail, and I turned it into this little booklet. And so I did some gel printing over it, some layered stencil look, and I used a stamp. These is all from PM Artist Studio, stencils and foam stamps. So I really love them, and they got some really very excellent things, and can't get enough of them. Go check them out. But in anyways, my swap partner is going to be getting this booklet. And so I did a lot of the stamps and cutouts from gel prints. And then I took some of these and, I hyped them up. I used colored pencils, markers. This is you can't really see it on the camera, on the video, but this is metallic. It's copper acrylic markers by Arteza. And maybe you can or cannot. Maybe let me do so some of this is also what do you call it, oil pastels. Some years ago I was doing a lot of drawing or painting, I don't know, using oil pastels. And it's been a while and a minute since I had used them, and I figured what better way than to do this. So I think this is oil pastels too, and a lot of colored pencils. And and some experiment of doing some foil. Didn't quite turn out how I envisioned it. It was a little tricky to do because they used flakes, and but these came out pretty cool. And so the concept was, I thought, flowers that you pick, and then you press them in a book. So they're pressed flowers ready to be used. I really like this one. This was a just paint on it from when you use a sheet to clean your brayer, right? And so that was the buildup of paint, and then I did some accenting with oil pastels. This is oil pastels and colored pencils too. And I really enjoyed doing these, spending my afternoon over the weekend working on all of these. And so really they were gel prints, and all I did was hype them up with, again, colored pencils and oil pastels. Actually, I think I did use the Neo Pastel 2s, which are water soluble. So I just got to warn my partner to be careful. I forgot where I put that. So in case she uses adhesive or something on top. And that might make those colors run, but that would actually be cute too. These are all oil pastel. This was colored pencils, colored pencils. And so what I did though before using colored pencils or oil pastels is I did put in a thin layer. Well, some of them didn't turn out to be so thin. Oops. Of clear gesso, and that really did help getting, this is all color pencil except for that, of course, making those color pencils pop out, because sometimes when you put it over a paper that's really smooth or is just kind of a little bumpy with acrylic, it's either the acrylic is too bumpy and spaced out, so it's hard to layer on colored pencil. This is all colored pencil here, except for that Augie. He was acrylic markers, colored pencil. I think it was colored pencil. Yeah, it looks like just colored pencil on this one. And this was all colored pencil too, colored pencil. This one was a combination of colored pencil. Those fine lines are colored pencils, and then all of this is oil pastels, and then the outline too. So sometimes it comes off, but that's the nature of oil pastels. They never really dry, so you just gotta be careful. There is fixative for oil pastels, but once you put it, well, I don't know. Can I? I'm sure I can layer on more oil pastels, but so experimenting. Oh, I really enjoyed making this one. This is a combination of oil colored pencils, and actually these are not oil pastels. These are those Neo Pastels 2. So those are those water soluble. So I just got to tell her to be careful on this one. And this one, I took inspiration from what I've been seeing popping up a lot on my social media. Well, even before lately, like I've always been interested in medieval art, right? If you looked at any medieval art, you know what I mean. Some of those creatures you're like, what? Or the people, right? Anyway, I really like this. This was a stamp of also PM Artist Studio, a moon. And so of course I drew, then this is supposed to be the face of the moon. So if you go online, I bet you if you Google medieval art moon, this one is gonna pop up a lot. That's, I saw her on my feed and then I did a Google search and popped up, and so that's where I took inspiration. I need to make more similar like medieval art attempt anyway. And sometimes I started stamping these little creatures on here because sometimes on well, not sometimes, a lot of the times if you look at the what do you call it, like the books or manuscripts, right, of whatever they were documenting, which was primarily like the Bible or something similar. The artist would take liberty and drawing other little figures along the borders of those pages, and you see a lot of these like little creatures, tiny little ones, and they're really funny. Sometimes they're like scenes of, you know, a rabbit that's a knight or a frog riding a snail, type of that. So that's where I kind of took that inspiration, but that would be cool to further explore that, and maybe develop something more. But again, for me, it's always never enough time, never enough time. And then I'm sending her some little stamps here. I like this little zombie girl. This is a stamp also from PM Artist Studio. I think Christy Hartman has a set of the little zombie kids, and then some stampings. I think I was trying to clean up my stamp. It was pretty juicy because look at that. It didn't fade. Well, probably this started darker, and then as you go up, it's a little faded. But anyways, that's what I made for my swap partner. Oh, look at that. She's got a pretty flower. And then I used another gel print here. I think these were pretty old when I started. This one is when I started gel printing. I was doing a lot of experimenting. I was just trying to figure out how to layer color, different color, and then this was probably a generic stencils, but these are stamps of PM Artist Studio as well. It's a garden. It's a book of pressed flowers, maybe of little, you know, insects. Maybe they passed away naturally, right? And we found them in our garden, and we decided to preserve them as well for their beauty. This is a little feather maybe from a bird in your garden. Yes, that's what these are. So anyway, I have fun making this one. I really did. So hopefully she enjoys it and she puts to these pretty flowers in her future art. Anyways, thanks for coming and watching. As always, I will guess check in much later, maybe in a few weeks. I'll have some extra time over the weekend because painting class is gonna end on that first weekend in June, and then I don't go to the studio in the summer because that painting studios are in the third floor, and the building is very old and AC doesn't always work, and I don't like hot summer weather, so I stay home. I'll be doing probably more gel printing here, but thank you again, and Where's my little plug here? Come check out Makers of Mixed Media Artists on Facebook. You can find me there as Lygia Mancia. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.